What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand today. It is another episode of Tuesday's Talk for June 14th, 2022. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. We're going to be talking about, what you guys can see on the thumbnail tonight, the Jeff Hardy situation, what happened, where are things going right now, and how things are going to go down from here on out. Thank you so much for joining us on your Tuesday nights, wherever you may be. Guys, well, first of all, I'm going to allow our guest to introduce himself and everything, and then we'll get right into everything, and I'll do my normal spiel for the intro of the podcast. But yeah, guys, this is what we're going to be talking about today solely for this episode. Hope you guys are ready, because this is going to touch some strings for sure.
Well, I'm gonna go first.
Yep, go ahead. You can introduce yourself to the people.
What's good, guys? For one, this is my first time really doing this, so I'm very excited. My name is Damon Williams, aka HD Williams. Here, just to first time doing this. I'm ready to go.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for joining us right here. You have any social medias you want to throw out there?
Yes. Follow me on TikTok at Heroes Don't Wear _capes, and same with Instagram, Heroes Don't Wear _capes. Same thing. I don't really use Twitter or nothing like that right now. I'm just using Instagram and TikTok, so that's what I'm currently using. So if you guys can follow me, that'll be a pleasure.
Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. We also got other people here as well. You guys know our travel queen over here, Megan. She's right here having a good old time over here. And we got our boy Lof over here. Lof, where the hell you at, brother? There you are. There you are, my man.
What's up?
Yeah, guys, we're going to be doing this thing here tonight. It's a little bit of an early episode of Tuesday's Talk. We normally do this thing around 10:30, but I think just doing this early was going to be the best bet for us so that we can just dive right into the situation at hand. We all know what is happening right now with Jeff Hardy. I wish we came to you guys with more uplifting type news and everything like that, but you guys saw the thumbnail, the new thumbnail layout that we have for OTB this time around. Jeff Hardy was arrested again yesterday, and he was charged with a DUI as well as driving with a suspended / revoked license. This is his third violation with a DUI within the last 10 years. Now, we would normally be discussing a lot more topics, but with the way that this has been going around the wrestling community, I think we should just solely focus on this topic, where we think this should be going next, and how, honestly, we can all kind of cope with this, because I know a ton of us really are huge Jeff Hardy fans in our own right, and we deserve to cope with it in our own ways. But yeah, we're going to be doing this in this episode of OTB. If you guys can hit that thumbs up button, that would be greatly appreciated. 20 likes minimum for tonight's OTB episode. Hit that subscribe button down below as well. Turning on the bell for all notifications allows you guys to never miss an upload when it comes to OTB. Make sure to follow us all on social medias. All the TikTok links and everything is down in the description below. And before anything else, I will be adding Damon's socials down below there as well, so you guys can follow him on the social media platforms that he shouted out. So you guys can go check out there. All the links are down in the description below. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at PhillyMatt_. And make sure you guys go check out the podcast from last night, where we had the Monday Night Raw review. I pretty much did the majority of it solo because Lof over here was watching Ms. and Mrs., but he showed up in the end. And
We do that in confidence, Phil. We talked about that, and I didn't think he was.
I'm just gonna say this. I apologize for the way
she
he has
was
been
the
with
one that got him hooked.
Ms. and Mrs. mainly because I was.
Yeah, she was the one that got him hooked.
You need to watch it. I take responsibility.
I haven't watched the Ms. and Mrs. episode since I think Ms. Dad ruined the cake.
Bro, it's so good. Oh my gosh.
he came back though, and he was able to do the rest of the podcast with me. I pretty much went from where we were, and he joined. I went backwards to get his mind on the things, because I'm like, I'm not gonna just continue on with the podcast just where we've left off. I want his opinion. So I just went from here backwards. But we got this show done. It's a full show review, so you guys can go check that out now. It is on the channel. Tomorrow is AEW Dynamite. For Friday, we have SmackDown and AEW Rampage. And you guys can go check out anything that you may have missed. It's all on the homepage of the channel for you to enjoy. Finally, before we get into everything here, you guys can go get your t-shirts. Bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. You guys can go get that new OTB logo that is on the top right corner of Megan's camera. You guys can go get that new logo on a t-shirt for you guys to enjoy. It's hot, it's summer. Just go get your t-shirts, and you guys can rep OTB wherever you may go. Bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. Loft, the merch. The merch. You guys can go check it out on bonfire.com. I believe Aiden already put the link to the bonfire shop and everything in there anyway. So you guys can go check that out. Yes, he did. Aiden, you're a goddamn beast. That's why you're a mod here on OTB. All right, guys. We all know what's happening right now. Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy got arrested yesterday with a third DUI, as well as driving with a suspended license. It's heartbreaking knowing all of this is taking place right now, especially when Jeff Hardy and his brother Matt were supposed to be going up against Jurassic Express as well as the Young Bucks in a triple threat match for the tag titles. Now, obviously, the match does not even matter at this point. I like that shouldn't even be on our minds when it comes to Jeff and his sobriety and what he really should be doing right now. When you heard of all this, first initial thoughts, I was just heartbroken, but I'm pretty sure you guys were as well.
I would say, I would say, Megan, you can go first. Ladies first.
Thanks. I first heard about it in the group chat. I was organizing my room and all that because I'm trying to put my figures back up. And then I heard about it, and then I was like, what? And I looked it up, and I was just in complete disbelief. I didn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it at all. I was like, nope. No, it's not true. It's probably just some fake news, And then the more I read into it, the more I was finding everything out. I'm like, holy shit. And my first initial thought went to Loft, honestly. Because I know how much Jeff means to him, and I'm like, shit. What is Loft doing? Does he know? Is he okay?
Well, man, it's crazy that you say that because I think it was Axel. Shout out to Axel. I think he was the first person that I seen post it, whatever. And I think when I seen it, my initial thoughts were it was sad, but at the same time in my head I'm thinking I know he's gonna be better because I know he's way strong. He's come back for way worse than even for example, the TNA situation with Sting. He's came back from that, you know what I'm saying? And I personally believe that he can really get through it, because it's sad. It's sad because he's put himself through a lot already. He's been putting himself through a lot since the early '90s in '99. He's been through a lot, and I feel like that at the end of the day, it's gonna take some time to really process within himself what he wants to do. Because I all I can really do is really pray for him, and I hope the best for him.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
man.
Well, if I know you don't want to talk about this. This sucks. I know he's like an idol of yours. I mean, you found out in one of the worst ways possible. Yesterday. Like, I felt so bad for you, especially what you were doing. Like,
Fucking stuff, dog. Bro,
Head up, brother. Chin up, man. Chin up.
bro, I'm on Twitch playing. We were playing 2K. We're doing a universe mode for Jeff because I never played the universe mode, and they're like, oh, you gotta play universe mode. So we did like a whole Jeff Hardy heel turn on SmackDown and Raw and shit. We just had a freaking banger match against Brock Lesnar. I think Phil was in there for that one.
yes.
Messing around, and then MJ says in all caps, Jeff just got arrested, and I'm like, my first reaction was like, all right, you joke, like, why are you playing like that? You know what I'm saying? I thought he was just like saying it like a general statement. And then
Because normally MJ just jokes around with us anyway. So
Yeah, he is.
I'm like, oh, stop playing. And then more people start saying it, and I'm like, okay. And then Phil comes in, and he's typing the same thing. So I'm like, all right, the whole chat is spamming the same thing, so something must be wrong. I go on the Instagram group chat, and I see the same thing. So now I'm extra worried. I go on Twitter, and that's the first thing that I see that he's arrested. My heart dropped. I immediately thought like the worst because he's been through this situation a lot, you know. I didn't really know how to react to it because every time that I've heard it happen to him, it hurts the same. You know, it's been a while since it happened, so this was like a brand new pain because it was something I haven't really experienced in a long time. I got like Megan and everybody just texting me and stuff like that, just making sure I was cool. But that was a tough one, man. I don't know what I don't know how I would have reacted if it was any worse than that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was just it's a fuck situation. I really don't know how to feel at the moment. I'm like kind of indifferent. I don't know. I can't put my finger on what emotion I'm feeling at this moment. So
yeah. And you know what? That's okay because we legitimately had no idea when this situation was coming out, what was happening, where things were going around, what really was transpiring during all of this time. Now, a ton of things really came out over the course of the arrest because it happened around, I believe, like 10:30 in the morning. Obviously, things happened throughout the course of the day where he was before all this took place, if he could possibly be serving jail time and like pretty much they released the numbers of the breathalyzer tests of what he blew into the 2 breathalyzer tests, which I would have never thought that they would ever release something like that, mainly because I feel like that's kind of police record and it should be only police record only.
It's personal.
Yes, it's very personal. And like seeing all of that take place, and I'm not going to reveal the number. I don't feel that's my right to do so. Plus, you guys can find it for yourself. It's heartbreaking seeing all this go down. Obviously, the match that's going to happen tomorrow, they obviously took him out of it. We're going to go over what Tony Khan said in his press release, what Matt said, because he tweeted out something as soon as he heard about the situation. And he was bonded out of jail. And he got bonded out, and now with all of this taking place, it looks really bad on Jeff, and we're trying to figure out where things are going down from here. I don't even know what to say at this point. Like it's Go ahead, Damon.
I seen I think it was on live videos. He was saying like, and it's crazy because me and my mom, we was just talking about this like not too long ago. I think it's way before the arrest. This is after the Darby Allin situation. I think it's after the Darby Allin match, and it was, I think, what happened to him? Something happened to him after Darby. I forgot what it was.
So
it had
Darby
some-
Allin in that match, he got a concussion after that match. He had a concussion,
Yes.
and then things continued to snowball because he had to go against the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing, and it just continued.
and that's right. That's exactly what the Young Bucks match. It was Double or Nothing. Exactly. He said to the point of fact that he needs to switch his style, which I totally agree, because if you take it for example, like from Matt Hardy had to switch a couple moves, like even in the early 2000s. Pure example, when he wrestled Edge at Unforgiven 2005, he did a leg drop off the cage, and he messed up his spine at that time. He was already putting his body through a lot of stuff. So Matt, he stopped doing a lot of jumping off the top of ladders, cages, and everything. He even switched up his leg drop to an elbow and everything. So I really totally agree that when he does come back, I feel like that he needs he shouldn't put himself through too much pain, especially at his age. Just because a lot of people care about him. I know you guys care about him, definitely. Everybody in here cares about him, and every one of us has been watching him for years, and it's kind of it's heartbreaking, but at the same time, I know that we love him so much. Jeff still has a chance to still improve and still be the best version of himself at the end of the day, and I really hope that for him personally.
Yeah. Now, obviously, I was thinking that we were just gonna hear something from Tony Khan earlier on in that day. Usually Tony Khan, whenever things happen like this, especially in AEW, even though this is kind of like the first ever real time that something like this has happened, Tony Khan is very upfront with us, and Tony Khan is very upfront with his business here in AEW. There's a reason why he waited to make an announcement, and we will be reading that press release in just a little bit. But he waited solely because he just wanted to talk to Jeff. He wanted to talk to Jeff, see where his head's at, see where things were going, because obviously he was bonded out of jail at the time of this release. And apparently the reason that they made no announcement yesterday, I guess, is because he actually just wanted to talk to Jeff Hardy before making the announcement. Yesterday, I think during the show, they were still trying to figure out what they were going to do. That was from Ringside News, and that was according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Wrestling Observer Live with Brian Alvarez. So he wanted to talk to Jeff. He wanted to talk to the family of the Hardys and try to figure out the best course of action for now. Tony considered firing Jeff. I'm going to be completely blunt with you guys. He considered firing him right off the gate. But obviously now with the release coming out and everything, he's obviously suspended without pay. And we'll be going over that release soon. But, I mean, your thoughts on what Tony Khan wanted to do? He wanted to talk to the Hardys. He wanted to talk to them, see where things were going, and really get to the bottom of how this really should be going down.
Any of you got?
No, it just goes whatever, man. You just speak whenever you want to, and then we just chime on. So you're good.
I just don't want to. I know you guys got some stuff to lock. Okay.
No stepping on toes here.
Okay, yeah. I'm a very I want to be fair with I just want to be fair with everybody. Everybody. But yeah, it's crazy. I respect Tony. Like you said, he wanted to talk to him. I respect the hell out of him for the simple fact that it was a personal conversation at that as well. At that too, and just for him telling him we're gonna have to do this, such. We're gonna have to like you told me, we might have to suspend you, which is way better than being fired. You know what I'm saying? And which I'm very grateful for that he didn't fire him. The only thing is, for tomorrow, like you said, Dynamite is tomorrow, so I don't know how they're gonna try to play this off, find Matt a new partner or anything. I just hope
they were
that
taken out of the match completely. Matt Hardy's not going to be in the match either, so it's just taken out of the match.
So it's just 2-on-2.
It's going to be a normal tag team ladder match tomorrow.
Cool. Okay, that's perfect. Okay. Um, like I said before, man, I really hope that he has something. He has to deal with his own personal issues within himself. Because I was just on TikTok earlier, and at the end of the day, we don't know this man's life. We don't know what he's been through personally. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you go inside that ring, you put a camera in that person's face, it's a whole different character. You know what I'm saying? So you take that shit away. You take the cameras and shit away. You take the ring. You take the ring away. You have to go back home and deal with what you have to deal with personally. You know what I'm saying? But that's just with anybody. Period. You don't know what a person's going through in general. That's why I try my best. I don't try to prejudge anybody. I don't like that shit. I don't like seeing people don't. I don't like seeing things that people don't know shit about. It's different when you try to tell somebody, you try to, you give people good energy, you give people good, positive feedback towards somebody, But like I say, like I know it's a sad topic, but I can't say nothing. I can't really. You guys know what I'm saying. I can't really explain it, but it's like I can't just. I want to be the most positive I can for Jeff Hardy, just so I know for a fact that his fans still love him. His true fans, like Live, Megan, Phil. I know you got, especially Live. I'm like, bro, keep your head up. I know how you feel right now, because I would have been the same way if it was Cena. And Cena's my favorite wrestler of all time, like favorite wrestler of all time. And I know exactly where you're coming from. So I just keep your head up. It's gonna be okay. You're a true believer. If you're a true believer, that's gonna manifest into the world, and he's gonna end up being okay just because of the believers that's in this chat right now.
For sure, man. Man,
got it.
well,
You got
I mean, I don't think I don't think what Damon said has, I mean, I think he said it for all of us, but yeah, I mean, I respect Tony for wanting to talk to the Hardys and seeing where things are going to go for the course of action.
Yeah.
What it brings it back
yeah,
to what I said about Cody is that we don't really care about the character. We care about the person, and all that matters in the end is their well-being. Is that they're both mentally and physically okay. We don't care. We don't want them to go out there when they're not mentally and physically okay. Like, I don't want Jeff to have said, oh yeah, I'm fine, I want to go wrestle that. I wouldn't want him to do that. I don't want to see that. I want him to be seriously mentally okay and physically okay, because that's what matters most. Nothing else. I couldn't give two shits about them being in the ring. I care about them as a person.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Well, you got anything else? I mean, I know NXT's just soon, so you kind of focus on NXT, but you're muted.
We can't
buddy.
hear you, bro. You're muted.
You're muted, buddy.
Hey,
There you are.
There you go.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm happy Tony didn't pull the plug and just immediately release him. I'm really happy he didn't do that, because I'm happy he took the time to just talk to him. Whatever was said, I assume it was positive, because he didn't. Only thing he really did was to say, all right, you can't do anything until you come back and you're right, until you're healthy. So that's the most important thing. I'm just happy he did that. There's really nothing much more to say about that. It's just, I'm very happy that he spoke to him and got where his mind is at and got where his brain is at before making any decisions. And it seems like it was handled correctly to me for the time being.
Right. All right, guys. So what we're going to be doing now is we are going to be reading what Matt Hardy said on his official Twitter page. This was pretty much tweeted out. Like I said, the whole arrest thing happened around 10:30 in the morning. He tweeted this legitimately like an hour to a half hour after this. So he tweeted this at 11 a.m. He actually tweeted it today, but he tweeted it just a little bit to like 24 hours after the fact. So he said, and quote, it was disheartening to hear the news about my brother yesterday. Recovery isn't a linear process, and I know and I'll continue to do whatever I can to help my brother be healthy. Being healthy and well is the most important thing for Jeff, his wife, his child, well, his children, and our family at this time. Obviously, people who have either retweeted it, quote retweeted it, liked it, the replies and everything, they're all very heartwarming, or they're just gifts of Jeff Hardy, doing the whole Hardy dance and everything like that. But at the end of the day, it sucks seeing your brother go down like this, and you want to do everything that you can in order to help out, but might have just lost connection or something. We can probably get him back.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's hard seeing your brother go down. I wish nothing but the best for Matt and Jeff, obviously, and the rest of the Hardy family at this time. Obviously, Matt's kids, Jeff's kids, Revy, Jeff's wife, and all that stuff. I just wish them nothing but the best.
Yeah, she said something in her TikTok video, kind of like because someone commented on her other post, but it's now deleted, about how the girl or whoever said it said you and Matt are enablers, basically saying that that's the reason why what happened. And she went off saying like during the whole signing, because that's how it happened, it was a signing, made sure there was no alcohol or anything like that, and all that. So she kind of talked about what happened that day.
Yeah, she shut that down real quick, because actually that's one of the that's actually one of the reports I had coming up here too. Revy jumped on TikTok and made it very clear that she told the promoter and that Jeff Hardy was not to be given alcohol, and obviously things happened with things just going down. So she shut that down real quick, and all that was taken care of. But now, guys, we're going to be going over what Tony Khan has said and the press release that he released earlier on today when it comes to the whole Hardy situation, what he is doing now for Road Rager tomorrow night on AEW Dynamite. And yeah, so we're going to be reading over what he said right now. So you guys are not going to be seeing us. You guys are going to be seeing the actual press release right here on your screens right now. So AEW's official president and CEO, Tony Khan, has released this statement, quote, saying, "We were able to resume contact with Jeff Hardy this afternoon. AEW does not condone Jeff's alleged behavior. We've made it clear to Jeff that we'll assist him in getting treatment and for substance abuse issues, which he has indicated that he is open to receiving. In the interim, he is suspended without pay, and he can only return to AEW upon successfully completing treatment and maintaining his sobriety. If you or a loved one needs help, please reach out to Sam's HSA's national helpline at 1-800-662-HELP or 4357. Tony Khan, President and CEO of AEW. Very short, very brief statement, right? But at the end of the day, that is exactly what he needed to do. He suspended him without pay. And that very last line where it says he's only allowed to come back to AEW once he's kind of proven himself to be clean and just success on his recovery. I think that's an excellent move, and I wish both of them nothing but the best, but Tony did the right thing. He did the right thing.
Yeah, he definitely did the right. Hold on. You guys can hear me, right? Because my phone, it was tripping and everything.
Yes.
Okay. I apologize for that. It did a temperature thing, iPhone thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you already know what I'm talking about. It's hot. But But anyways, yeah, I'm glad that he did that. Like I've said before, I feel if anything, like personally, I just don't think that people don't understand. It's all about, like Megan said too. It's about your well being. So it's all about if you're right up here, and he, like I said, he's been through a lot. He's jumped off cages, he's jumped off ladders, he's put his body through a lot of stuff just for us. And a lot of fans, a lot of people, well, I can't, a lot of people don't understand that, it's all they think just because you could do all this stuff, they think that you're just some, we're all human at the end of the day. We all have body problems. We all get sick. We all go through certain things as humans. And he's a very, very talented performer. Always have been. At 45 years old, he can still go. 44, 45 years old, he can still go, just like his brother. And like Megan said earlier, she said, like, it's all about, is your well-being okay? Are you okay personally within here? I just don't want him to put himself through a situation where it's like, okay, now he's 60 years old and he's in a wheelchair and he can't walk or provide for himself, or he's in some type of no, forget all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling him to retire. I don't want him. I feel like he should do what's best for what is best for him personally. Not, what I'm saying? Because if you're a true believer of a Hardy, or a true believer of any wrestler that you love, like when Edge retired 11 years ago, and that broke my heart. That killed me. And when he came back, it was nothing but, I felt great, because that's one of my favorite wrestlers as well. But you know what he did? He changed his style. He changed his gimmick. He changed a lot of stuff about himself and everything. So he was, what I'm saying? He was smart enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? Jeff knows for a fact all he wants to do is entertain us and be there for us without even thinking about his own well-being. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy to me. It's wild to me. I'm not saying, like I said, I don't want him to retire. I just want him to at least slow down and try to pace himself at the right pace so he won't have to break up, like, be paralyzed. None of that. I got to keep it real. I don't want him to be paralyzed. None of that. It's insane. It's insane when you think about it. But at the end of the day, I know for a fact that he's gonna be fine. I know he is. He always bounces back. Jeff Hardy bounces back 24/7. Most definitely, bro. Like, I hope you good, Live. Hope you good, brother.
I think he's watching NXT right now.
Oh yeah, 2.0 is on today. I forgot.
Nikita's probably on, so he's probably engrossed in the TV.
He's very, very.
He's up in his zone.
Nikita right now.
We know Phil.
Mad people just came in here, bro. It's just mad people just rushed in here just now. It's bad. Right now. Fucked up. Mad people just.
Please tell me you know who they are, first off.
Yeah. It's everything's happening at once right now.
Okay, I was gonna be like, if you don't, then we're gonna then.
Oh no, it would have been bad. But yeah,
Statement, guys. I mean, I think he just did the right move, because at the end of the day, suspending him without pay, allowing him to only come back once he's legitimately fully on the road to recovery and getting back to sobriety. I just think it's the right call. I really do.
It is. My only worry about that is I don't see him doing it, but like, I don't want him to think that he is okay. Well,
come back.
He's not okay, but he's not. He's just saying that he's like, oh yeah, I'm better. I'm fine. I can do this.
He's okay just to get back on TV, and then he's just not.
Entertain all of us. I don't want that to happen. I want him to be 100% okay. Like, not half-ass it. I don't want it to be 25%, 50%. I want it to be 100%.
Yeah.
That's my only worry with this whole thing.
That's really the only fear, right?
That's my fear. And I just don't want, like, Tony to kind of be like, oh yeah, like, you're good, when he's not. I want him to actually sit down with Jeff when it's his time to come back. Like, okay, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk. Are you sure you're like truly okay? Like you're not just saying it just to get back out there.
Right. Yeah. And obviously, I think I think obviously Matt would be there too in that meeting. Obviously, Rebby, pretty much the entire Hardy family. I mean, obviously, other than the kids, because the kids don't really need to be a part of that. But talking with the adults here, you know, you're 100% right. You don't need to half-ass this. You don't need to do a 25, 50. You got to go in 100, 110%, knowing that you are fully ready to return to the ring, if that. That I
Not
can't
only
say it better myself for sure.
mentally as well, not only physically but mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
He got to go in there and make sure that his head is clear, man. He has to. You got to have a clear mind before you even do anything, though. That's with life, period, too.
Kind of like how when Roman came back from his whole leukemia thing, how coming from like, you know, the biggest Roman Reigns fan in this room, I knew when I heard that he was going to come back on Raw after 6 months, I was happy because I'm like, oh, okay, I get to finally like see him, like see how he's doing. Because back then I didn't really have like social media, you know.
Right.
And when he came back, I saw him and I just started noticing, like, you know, the difference in him. Like, of course, like, you know, because he had cancer, it's going to be different, of course. But, like, it was just, like, different. And I was just saying, like, I hope he doesn't get in the ring too fast. And that's what he did. He got in the ring too fast. And I was just worried that, like, something was going to happen and come up again. I was just like, that was my fear, and it happened, and I don't want that to happen with Jeff. To get in the ring too soon, and for him to not be okay.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
No, you're good. You're good. But yeah, it's 100% well said. There's really else nothing to say other than you know, sometimes, especially when it comes to the situation, I mean, I can say for myself, I've been a part of a family that has pretty much gone through this a lot of times. And honestly, at the end of the day, sometimes just, you know, taking things to the next level, like I think Tony Khan is really doing, saying at the end of the day, you just have to do this. You just have to do this. You have to get the help that you need. And honestly, forcing somebody to do that is honestly kind of the only way to get to them. And I think that's kind of what Jeff Hardy is at right now. I mean, he's kind of forcing him to do this, but he's forcing this out of, you know, love and respect for what he's doing.
It's love. It's about a legacy. It's about his legacy.
Right. And I mean, yes, as soon as Jeff Hardy got into this thing, got into AEW after the walkout on the WWE at the live event, he put him through the goddamn ringer. I mean, the first match he had was like a 6-person goddamn brawl out there with like the Darby, Sting, and all that stuff. And I'm like, why? Why do you need to do this? That he jumped off the goddamn ledge of a building his first night back. And he was doing the ladder stuff and like the chair stuff, and then obviously the Darby match. He's just been going through the ringer, and here we go with Invisible MJ.
Oh shit!
And he's doing this thing. He's kind of been booking him as a fan instead of an actual booker, but at the end of the day, I don't think this relates to that in any way. But you have the kind of physical toll on your body, and some people think that it kind of drove him to this, which I don't think is the case. But at the end of the day, Tony did what he did, and Tony absolutely had the right to do what he did. So I'm okay with it. It's just, there's a ton of people right now talking, oh my God, Tony drove him to do this because of the booking. Oh my God, the WWE did this and Jeff said no, so why is he saying yes to Tony? It's not a WWE AEW thing. Stop. There's nothing WWE, AEW thing about this.
Thank you.
If Jeff
Thank
wants
you.
better, if Jeff wants to get it better for him and his family, he is going to do everything in his power in order to do that with the help of Tony Khan. That's it. There's no AEW, WWE shit that needs to go on with us. Nothing.
Everything in it is not
I haven't
about
seen a lot of
competition.
that lately. And you're right, it's not about competition. It is legitimately about a man's health and well-being and how things should be getting better from here on out. Because I know you guys have been probably seeing that too, with the whole WWE, AEW thing. Like, WWE said this, so why can't he do it here? Don't matter about that now.
That's
Just
the most pointless argument to make.
right.
No one's
And-
right
and-
in that argument.
And I don't mean to bring this up because of the bloodline and everything, but what happened with Jay and Jimmy?
Maybe.
That's
Jay
a
and
fair
Jimmy,
point.
They do the same thing, and then the next week they got tag titles. I'm not saying WWE is rewarding for this stuff while AEW is actually trying to help out,
For sure.
but I know people argue that. I know people do.
I just don't think that's fair to argue, only because I think I told you this last night. So I don't like when someone if I do something wrong, I'm not expecting anyone else to like compare what I did to someone else and try to bring them down. If I got a certain consequence, if I spilled your water and then Megan came and did the same thing, but you hit me, but you're like, Megan, oh, you want to go to the store with me today after you just spilled my water on the ground? Like, you're not. It's two different.
Yeah.
Two different punishments for the same action. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna bring down Jimmy and Jay because of what they did, because those are two different people alone. Those are two brothers that are two different people, even though they look the fucking same. But they're obviously two different people, as opposed to Jeff. They may have gotten arrested for around the same situation, but I'm not gonna compare the two, because I just think that even though I don't necessarily agree with the action, that has nothing to do with me, and that has nothing to do with what this current situation of Jeff is. You know what I'm saying? Everything that Jeff did, this has to be talked about him and his past, his future, his present, not about bringing someone else into it to try to prove a point that, oh, they did this wrong. So that it's two different things, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
Yeah, no, and I wasn't trying to compare it either. I'm just saying I know people have definitely said that.
That's the thing. I don't even. That's the one thing. I don't even bring attention to that shit, because it's like talking to a wall. You know.
Yeah.
You can try to build the argument as much as you want, but it doesn't stick, because you're just saying, you're just using semantics and you're using open statements to say things that make you sound like you know what you're talking about. But like we all know, people on social media, since everyone has a way to speak to everybody, everyone wants to think that they know everything about everybody, and none of us know anything. As much as we like to believe it, we don't. I don't care how many dirt sheets come out. I don't care how many times someone follows us on social media. We don't know these people in real life. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you have to take into account that these are people that live their own lives when they turn the camera off. These are people that have been dealing with things way before we knew who they were. Probably when we found out who they were, they're still dealing with stuff, but they just know how to mask it. It all depends on the person. And I think a lot of people try to take away the fact that, I told you and Megan this the other day, that I don't care how much rehab, help, meetings, talking to. Addiction is called addiction because you can't get rid of it. You never, when you become addicted to something, it is a battle that you never fully win, because it's a battle you fight your whole life. Some people die being addicted to whatever they are addicted to. You know what I'm saying? I went through shit in 2020 of just me being addicted to things that I know weren't good for me, but I couldn't move past it because that's what addiction is. Obviously, not to the extent of what Jeff is going through, but when you get stuck on something, when something is ingrained in your head at a small age, when something is ingrained in your head at a big age, your brain realizes that it's something that gives you an artificial happiness and it's not real. You become addicted to it because your brain craves dopamine. Your brain craves something that made you happy at once, even if that happiness was bad, even if the happiness was double-sided. So that's why I try to explain that to people, that you can send Jeff to as much rehab places. He's been in and out of rehab places, and we're still in the situation we're at because he's addicted. You can't turn off addiction. It's not something to get rid of. And I think a lot of people get that. A lot of people try to go in the holier than thou. And I've never been addicted, so he can just fix it. That's not how that works. I went in Phil's comments and people were just like, "Go get help." I'm like, people do not just get help and then everything's fine now, cool. No, that's not how I know life looks like that to the people who are on the outside, but that is not how that's not how things work. I promise. When you are addicted to something, that is a battle that you have to fight for your whole life. Will you win that battle? That's up to you and your brain and your willpower. But a lot of people die being addicted to whatever they are addicted to because it's one of the hardest things to do. Telling your brain to stop doing something that is extremely hard to do. You know what I'm saying? So my main objective is Jeff being alive at this point, because I've seen him go up and down. I've seen this man at his lowest. We all see it. He's a fucking famous wrestler. We all seen the lowest lows and the highest highs of Jeff. And we all obviously don't want him to ever reach a low like this anymore. But it's something that you have to fully think about when you're going through this, whether it's Jeff or if it's someone that you know in real life. Everything happens differently for different people. And I'm never putting myself in a position where I'm going to immediately judge somebody for something that they do, no matter how much I love them, no matter how much I love their work, I love their job. You know what I'm saying? This is we're all human. Human people make mistakes. Human people get caught up in things a lot. So I just try to give everyone the correct amount of understanding and prayer, and hopefully this is only the start of a great beginning for Jeff. This can be a new leaf from the turnover. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see him like this, because the next time I see him like this, I feel like he may be dead. And I told y'all before, I don't know if I'll be able to handle that, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm sure no one else would. The many Jeff Hardy fans around the world wouldn't be happy with that, obviously, as well. So I'm happy he's alive. I hope whenever he does decide to come back, if he decides to come back, we're here waiting for him. And like Megan said, please come back when you are ready. Don't come back because you want to do a Swanton bomb. We're cool, bro. Watch you do Swanton bombs all day. There's mad YouTube and peacocks out there, bro. But yeah, just praying for him, and hopefully he feels better soon. Hopefully he gets better soon, and praying for his wife and his kids as well, because I'm sure seeing his kids seeing their dad in that state isn't good for them. They're fucking young too. So,
Yeah.
I just hope everything gets better for him. You know what I'm saying? Is that Kim Possible? Yeah, that was my text ringtone. Yeah.
There was definitely a Kim Possible tone in there. I definitely heard it.
So I thought I was tripping when I heard that. Like, wait a minute, hold on. Is that Kim Possible in the background?
My dad.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's really anything else to say, because I think Lav kind of just spoke nothing but facts, and I think he kind of just spoke all of our sentiments here about wishing Jeff Hardy the best in whatever he decides to do next. MJ, I'm kind of sorry that you kind of came on in here either nearing the end or what have you, but I mean, you came in here, and so what's been going on there?
Not gonna lie, I just needed something to do. I kind of got bored, so I was like, "Hey, why not? Just join."
Just showing up in here. But yeah, guys, I think that's really it. I think we can kind of cut it off here. I mean, I think we pretty much said everything that we need to say. All we really care about is Jeff and his pretty much just well-being and where things can go from here. We just want him to get better. And like Damon said, I mean, we know he can come back from this. It's just going to take the willpower in order to do it. So, with that being said, I think we pretty much said what we needed to say. And you guys will not be seeing us. Well, no, wait. Today's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, Phil. You guys will be seeing us tomorrow on the AEW Dynamite Road Rager post show right here on Outside the Brand, right after the show goes off the air. So around 10:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys can go check us out right here. Episode 199. And then obviously the Friday Night SmackDown will be episode 200 with AEW Rampage as well. Obviously with the Rampage and SmackDown post show and everything, that's episode 200, but that's not going to be our episode celebration. Episode 201 will be our officially celebration. And we can do that either this weekend or whatever.
Oh man, I was just gonna say congratulations, man, on that's dope, 200.
We started this thing as soon as the fans came back on that SmackDown that the fans were able to come back, and then obviously we got here to 200. So,
oh my God, that's dope, man. Keep on working. You deserve it, bro. You definitely deserve it, bro. Just continue to strive and everybody. I want everybody to continue to strive in here. Everybody that's a content creator. Continue to work, continue to stay blessed and be and do what you can and get it to 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. I don't care. Just keep going.
We're grinding, man, and it's gonna be a great thing once we get that 1K, and you guys will actually be able to send us super chats to think about what the show was going on and how things were going down. It's gonna be a great thing once we hit 200, and then. We're almost at 500 subscribers, so we're just going to continue on growing, and it's going to be a great thing to see. But thank you guys so much for joining us. If you guys liked what you heard tonight, make sure to hit that thumbs up button before you guys go. Please continue to follow us on social media. All the TikTok links and everything is down in the description below. Go get your t-shirts at bonfire.com. Turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. And tune in for tomorrow for Road Rager for the AEW Dynamite post show on Outside the Brand. Yeah, the Road Rager should be a good show. We got a ton of great matches on the show too. I'm gonna run down some of the stuff that we got now because it looks like a great card. We got Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks in a ladder match for the AEW Tag Team Championships. We got Wardlow in a 20-on-1 handicap elimination match with all of the security guards. That's just going to be hilarious. We got the All-Atlantic Championship Tournament qualifying match with Miro taking on Ethan Page. That's going to be a great one to see. Chris Jericho versus Ortiz in a hair versus hair match. I want you guys to prepare because Ortiz is going to lose his hair tomorrow night. Jericho's not losing his hair. I highly doubt it. Jericho's not losing his hair. If he's going to be the Wizard, he needs his long hair. So Ortiz is going to lose his hair. Ortiz is going to lose his hair. I'm calling it. We got
Kidding.
We got Will Ospreay in his first singles match in AEW going up against Dax Harwood, one half the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. So that's going to be great. CR Media thinks Jericho's losing his hair. We'll see. We'll see what happens. A bald wizard. Listen. A wizard needs to have his long locks. I've always seen a wizard with long locks, so you got to have him with the long hair. So we have Will Ospreay versus Dax Harwood, and then a special. Okay, and then that's pretty much what we got for right now. Oh, also, I just saw this right now. Tony Storm versus Britt Baker. That's gonna be great. So I mean, my girl DMD and Tony Storm. it's going to be a great one to see. So we got a ton of stuff to look forward to on Road Rager, and yeah, we're going to be doing it right here. Oh my God, CR, you're crazy, man.
Okay, but
but thank you guys.
Adam said Doctor Strange is technically a Rizzo, and he has short hair, so why can't Jericho? Facts.
I also say Jericho.
Listen, I don't think Jericho's gonna lose his hair. I just don't. I know Doctor Strange technically has short hair, but listen, I think Jericho has to keep it. I do.
No. Whoever said that,
Why
no.
does everybody want Jericho bald? Like, what?
Because he's gonna be the new Sorcerer Supreme. He the new Sorcerer Supreme. He gonna be the new sorcerer.
Jericho does not deserve to be bald. We do not need Jericho bald anymore. That would be terrifying for me to look at. But listen, there's nothing wrong with being bald. Honestly, I know.
Ortiz cutting his
being
hair.
bald, Josh.
I don't even see it happening. I don't see Ortiz cutting his hair, man.
Guy's a wizard. Jericho can be Charles Xavier.
Make
Oh my
Proud
God.
and Powerful your tag team champions for the love of God, please.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well. Before we have MJ cuss out Tony Khan, I think it's time to get out of here. Because I know MJ would have loved to do that. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
I didn't even do that. He did that himself. So there you go.
Oh,
all right, guys. Finally, let's get out of here. Have a good night, guys. Stay safe. God bless. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow for the AEW Road Rager post-show review. Listen, I don't know if you acknowledge him or not, but we the ones over here. We always say we the ones out here. So we put our ones up, and that's it. I don't like that he doesn't show up now, but we are still the ones.
Put it down. See, I saw that. Put that shit.
Riddle. I ain't gonna lie. They set Riddle up for failure, guys. They said, well,
She brought out the lightsaber.
They brought the lightsaber though.
Oh my God.
No. Oh, listen, media. All right, you don't have to say fuck the ones, okay? No, we are the ones over here. Okay?
I
Nah,
want you to
man.
try lightsaber again.
Oh shit.
I love it. Go check out CR Media on TikTok too, man. He makes great stuff over there. But yeah, we the ones. Have a good night. Stay tuned. AEW Road Rager coming up tomorrow night. Stay safe, guys.